Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Indian Metals and Ferro Alloys Limited Q2 FY23 conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Ms. Mamta Samat. Thank you, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mike. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Infra's Q2 FY23 analyst conference call. Today, we have with us the senior management represented by Mr. Prem Khandelwal, CFO and Company Secretary, Mr. Bijay Nanda Mohapatra, COO, Mr. Deepak Mohanty, Head of Ferro Alloy Business Unit, Mr. Binoy Agarwal, Head of Power Business Unit, and Mr. Sandeep Narade, Head Mines Business Unit. Before we begin, I would like to say that some of the statements that will be made in today's discussion may be forward-looking in nature. We will begin the call with the opening remarks from the management, after which we will have the forum open for the interactive Q&A session. I would now request Mr. Prem Khandelwal for the opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mamta. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining our Q2 FY23 earnings call. I hope you had a very cheerful Diwali and you must have celebrated with your friends and family. So happy Diwali to all of you once again. Coming back to Q2 results, after almost 9 quarters of upswing in ferrochrome prices, finally it has corrected quite sharply, which is getting reflected in Q2 results. Those who are tracking the metal industry must be knowing that we are at that leg of cycle where the cost is at the peak, but the prices have corrected quite sharply. Now since the cost has started coming down and ferrochrome prices have increased a little bit, started moving up. So we're seeing a going forward. With this now, I would like to open the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We have the first question from the line of Shubham Agarwal from Equitas. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity and happy Diwali to the entire team. So my first question, thank you. So the first question was related to the cost of production. So as you mentioned in the opening remark that the cost has peaked and the prices of ferrochrome has started increasing, which we are observing in the market currently. But in the Q2, our cost per ton reached almost 90,000 rupees per ton. So I wanted your guidance with respect to the next 2 quarters. How do you see this trending in light of the current coal prices and the coking coal prices?
The 2 major costs, which is the coal and the coke, which are not in our control, both had gone up to, coke had gone up to almost $700 and it has come down now to around $450, $500. And similarly, coal at the peak we had bought at e-auction coal, I am talking about, bought at a peak of around 10 to 12,000 and it has come down to around 7,000 now. So both these should figure in Q3 results because the consumption of these low-cost coal and coke is going to be in Q3. So we should see some dip in Q3 costs.
Okay, so this is now the peak of cost cycle in Q2.
Likely, it looks like this was the peak of cost, and it should come down going forward. Deepak, would you like to add anything on the coke front?
No, yeah, coke. Actually, coke front, Chinese coke has come down, but Colombian coke, which is the ultra low cost, that is not coming down. Primarily because the coking coal is going to Europe for power generation. As you all know, because of Russia-Ukraine war, the gas supply from Russia is stopped, and for that reason, Europe has the energy crisis. going on, and particularly in the winter when heating is the first priority. For that reason, it's going there. So coke, although some Chinese coke has come down, even that is also volatile. It's although it was in the range, it came down to around $370 coal price, but it has gone up again to 390, 400. So it's quite volatile. Depending upon Chinese production, it goes up and down. So quite volatile, but has come down from 700 level to 450 level.
So coal, regarding coal, actually spot auction price has touched around 11,800. Now it is coming down to 7,500. So we are expecting another dip in Q3 also.
Okay. And all the high cost coal and coking coal that we had is almost over, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And in terms of realization, sir, so almost 103,000 was our realization in Q2. Now going forward, we had observed in the last quarter that ferrochrome fell almost 94,000. So for this quarter and the coming quarter, and now it has again spiked up significantly, increased more than 10,000 rupees per ton. So for the Q3, do you expect a further average realization drop, or it will trend upwards from Q2 level?
Deepak?
It will be going down from last quarter slightly, because mostly the spot prices, although it has improved domestically to around 105,000, and in China also it has gone up from 84 to 85 cents to 92, 93 cents. So overall, looking at the things, I think it will go down a little bit further for the Q2.
Got it. Fair enough.
Just to add here, because it might come down a little bit from Q2 price, the average realization in Q3, but again the cost will also come down. So maybe we'll be seeing a little better results in Q3 compared to Q2.
Got it. So
very early at this stage to predict anything.
No, sir, it's fair. So I think everyone was expecting Q2 and Q3 to be below par, which is all right. I think from Q4 onwards things will start improving. And
we also expect the same thing. Q4 onwards again things should improve.
Yes. And sir, secondly, on the compensation part, I think on 17th August we signed our agreement. So is it fair to assume that in November or December we will receive the money?
You are talking about UCL?
Yes.
No, UCL vesting order has been issued on the 10th of October to JSPL.
Okay.
So we should be getting back that statutory portion of around 20 crore now. And they was indicating by end of this month we should be getting that money. And then the valuation process will start. We should take another 3 to 4 months time. So the balance amount we are expecting the end of this year. That by March we should be getting back that money.
Okay. So this is further delayed then?
Yes, because the statutory they were committed to pay as soon as the vesting order is signed. But the balance thing will take time because the valuation process they will start now.
Okay.
So it will take time. 3 to 4 months I think will take time.
Okay. And sir, lastly, the general trend in the market, I think South Africa also there was a slight spike in the power tariff. So how do you see the general market for ferrochrome over the next like 1 year or so, if you can guide us anything?
Deepak?
Yeah, I'll say. Actually, at this juncture, South Africa had two problems. So one was that power which is continuing. But there was a Transnet workers' strike which has been resolved now, but it will take some time to get normalized operation and all. That is one part. But looking at, if you talk about stainless steel, where we are spoke, stainless steel for this 2022 calendar is expected to be world production would be around 57.8 million, which is around 2% less than the last year. And for 2023, it is projected to grow by 3% to something like 59.56 million tons. So there is a positive for the next year. This year already, as you know, in the first half, Chinese production has gone down by about 1 million tons. That's
Right.
the scenario. Yeah.
And sir, in South Korea also we observed that their production had gone down significantly in the last 2-3 months. So does that impact us?
Yes, that impacts us because we have a long-term contract with POSCO. But as you know, because of the typhoon, they are particularly the stainless steel side mill, which is closer to the river, got affected. And they have already, out of 3 furnaces, already one they have started at a lower level of operation. Other 2 they are planning in the next month. But even then, also their rolling mill is affected quite a bit substantially, for which their operation is affected at the moment for this quarter. Next quarter onwards also to stabilize, it will take some time, another maybe 3 months. First quarter may go out to come to the full level.
Okay, but is that also impacting our offtake in terms of volume?
Absolutely. This quarter offtake is impacted because they have declared force majeure because of that, because their furnaces are not running. So
Okay.
they have also a lot of stock. But next quarter wise, it will start normalizing. We
are supplying to other customers. I mean, POSCO may not be taking the tonnage, but we are in a position to sell it to some other customers. So that we are doing.
Okay.
So overall, the tonnage will not be impacted. But yes, to POSCO, they would not be any supply to POSCO.
Got it. But we will be able to maintain close to 60,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got it. Sir, thank you for answering all my questions and best of luck.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Saket Kapoor from Kapoor and Companies. Please go ahead. Mr. Saket, can you hear us?
Yes. Sorry, I was on mute.
Please go ahead.
Namaskar, sir. Hello.
Namaskar, Saket. Namaskar.
Yes, sir. Sir, firstly, what is the total tonnage on long-term basis and annually? If you could give the tonnage number.
Deepak, do you have that number?
Tonnage for
long-term
projected around 240 to 250,000 tons production. And sales
long-term tonnage he is asking about.
Long term we have around, if you say Korea POSCO, it will be 80 to 90,000 per annum. And other places we have been Japan and China also, we have also another 80 to 90,000 tons on long-term basis.
Okay.
So total we have around 160 to 180.
170, 180.
Sir, as to the previous answer, you were mentioning that the offtake from POSCO has been lower. So, what's that agreement basis on the basis of which when they can on their availability or on the plant uses, can they lower their the terms? There are the variables in the terms wherein they can lower their consumption. Yeah.
Of course. Force majeure condition is there, and this is a force majeure.
Okay, sir. And sir, there is a lot of talk about Russian coal availability in the country that has gone up significantly. So, for our clean and plants, have we tried with the Russian coal grade, or these are not suited for our consumption?
No, in any case we are dependent on the e-auction coal only. You're talking about Russian coke or coal?
Coal.
Coal we are not using any. We are totally dependent on washing reject and e-auction coal from NCL.
Okay. No, sir, I was only seeking the price arbitrage and the quality. Since the prices on the spot e-auction have gone up significantly, have we looked at alternative resources for the same, or it is the setup is like that this coal will only work there?
Vijan, would you answer that?
I do know our power plant all are based in CFBC and design. So basically they are designed with the coal of G13 approximately, grade 13 of Indian coal, that is approximately GC of 3000. So the Russian coal or South African coal, they are not suitable for running with this coal. And their rate also very high compared to the Indian coal also. I can say that South African coal costing around 18,000 per ton.
No, I was particularly speaking about the Russian coal. They were selling, there were news that
The Russian coal also, because of high GCB, is not suitable for our border.
Right, sir. Sir, when we look at your other expenses line item, that has also was at 144 crore. So if you could explain what led to this increase, and what are the key components? If one of item, anything, sir, is there in this?
See, mainly it has gone up because of two things. One is that freight cost has gone up very high. So that is the one factor, and another factor is the CSR expenses. These two factors has gone up by last quarter. So
your line is very disturbed, sir. I cannot hear you properly.
Hello, are you able to hear us?
Yes, sir. Bataiye.
So it has gone up on two counts. One is the freight cost has gone up high, and the expenses has gone up this quarter.
This is the operator here. Mr. Khandelwal, your voice is still breaking up. I'll try to connect you back again, sir. Just give me a moment. Let me reconnect you back.
Okay, right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay connected as we connect Mr. Khandelwal back again to the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Khandelwal connected now.
Saket, are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir. Now very clear, sir. Bataiye. For the other expenses you were mentioning, sir.
Two counts, I said it has gone up. One is the freight cost has gone up very high because of that, and another some CSR expenses were there in this quarter. So for these two counts, it has gone up by almost 20 crore.
Okay. So freight will remain the same in this same vicinity going forward also for the same tonnage, or freight costs have also declined?
In fact, the freight cost has gone up. In fact, the freight cost has gone down very drastically now. It's almost 25%. Come down to 25% level. It's down by 75%.
Particularly container freight, which was in the range of $1,000 per container, to give a feel about it, has come down to $200 to $250 per container. So that is one measure. But in break bulk also it has come down, but not very much. Maybe 50% around, or 60% it is at the moment, and we are expecting
50-60% saving is also a big saving for us.
Yeah.
Sir, going ahead for quarter 3, what should be the a ballpark number? What should be the bottom line impact just on the reduction of freight costs, sir? Can you give a ballpark number, sir?
Saket, that would be very difficult for us because so much volatility in everything. It won't be proper for us to give you any number.
Sir, okay, sir. I just reframe it.
I can just tell you that since the costs are now going down and ferrochrome prices have inched up from the low, so the Q3 should be better than Q2. That's what I can tell you. But numbers very difficult.
Sir. No, I'm not at all hazarding that guess, sir. But just to understand the September freight cost, month of September and October cost, if you could give that difference, that would also
so much specific would be difficult, Saket.
No issue, sir. No issues. I was just trying to gauge the impact, sir. मैंने जैसे अगर ये upward side पर pressure कर रहा है, that means when the relief is there on the downward side also there will be a significant contribution to the bottom line. This understanding is correct, sir.
So that's why Deepak gave you the numbers that is almost
correct.
down from the top.
Correct, sir.
So we should be getting a lot of saving on account of freight and on account of coke and coal cost.
Okay, sir. And sir, CSR, can you quantify what was the figure for this quarter?
No, I need to check that one. The number I need to check, Saket.
Correct, sir. Sir, if you
separately for that, yeah.
Cool, sir. Okay, sir. I will ask later on, sir. When we look at the finance cost component also, wherein I think so this foreign exchange part is there. This is the ECB part, sir. What is the reason for this 14-15 crore loss on foreign exchange?
Our entire working capital is in foreign currency. So the fluctuation, this is the 14 crore, whatever you are seeing is because of the exchange fluctuation.
That is all dollar denominated.
All dollar denominated. Our entire working capital, because our exports, 90% is getting exported, so we are getting dollar earning.
Okay. So it gets netted off, whatever we are gaining from the revenue.
Because revenue, gain from revenue is not getting reflected into revenue itself, so that is not shown separately as per accounting standard. But the interest portion, whatever exchange is there, we are showing it separately.
Yes, sir. So two more questions. One, firstly, yes, sir, आप कुछ बोल रहे हैं?
So the gain in revenue is getting blocked into the revenue, so that's why you are not able to see that gain.
Yes, sir. Last, sir, on the capex front, would you like to elaborate more? So where are we in terms of? I think some land was allocated. We made some payment also. So where are we in midst of that, and how are we progressing in that foray, sir?
Dijan, would you like to brief about that?
Actually, we had that land of 124.26 acres land in Kalinganagar. So this we have executed the release deed on 14th October. So after that, there will be slightly RR settlement by IDCO and district administration for shifting around 77 people, which they are in the process. And we have given the DPR to MN Dastur, which is expected by December end. Then we will start our all activities. And side by side, we are going for this EC. For EC, we are giving to EAC.
Right, sir. So by March, what is our goal for in terms of this expansion? What are we trying to achieve by March 23? And if the coming 6 months, you can give some idea.
This 6 months, we are going to construct the boundary wall after the possession, and also we'll start from stringing a power line, and also ordering of our equipment once DPR has freeze.
Right, but major capex will happen. So the ordering of the plants and equipment that will take how much time, and what would be the lump?
We are expected to go commission in the month of April 25. Okay. So the major capex will be go by 23, 24, and to some extent 25. Currently.
Right. And last point, sir, on the cost of material consumed, sir, if on a quarter-on-quarter basis, sir, if you could give the impact of the increased coke and coal prices, if you could quantify for us how that has affected, because on a Q-on-Q basis it has gone up by 20 crore. So what was our cost for Q1, and vis-a-vis what was the cost for Q2?
Coke cost has gone up from almost 19,000 to 22,000, 20,000 to 22,000. That is 10% increase from Q1 to Q2. And power cost has gone up from 23,000 to 25,000. So these two are the major factors which has led to increase in the price.
Okay. And how are they likely to shape, sir?
I've already told you that these two prices, both the prices have come down quite significantly. So Q3 we should be seeing a dip in both these costs.
Okay, so it will be lower than Q1 prices, sir? Just to get an understanding, no other figures?
Again, Saket, you are asking very specific questions, and it will be difficult for us to give any number. We'll come to know after the end of the quarter only.
Only I was looking at the trend.
There will be combination of, because it all depends on what kind of coal and coke we are consuming, which cost.
Sir.
So not possible to give these numbers now.
Okay, sir. Since we are
I can give you the sense only that yes, we are buying now at cheaper price, so this should be lower.
Okay, so since we are 2/3 of the quarter, so that was the reason I just... Yeah, I'll come in the queue, sir. I am done with my questions, and all the best to the team, sir, and we hope that Utkal block compensation comes in our way, and we are benefited from. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and one on your touch-tone telephone. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and one on your touch-tone telephone. We have the next question from the line of Yash Chandak, who's an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. First of all, wish you a very happy Diwali, sir, and congratulations on good of number, even in a troubling, tough times. Sir, I had few questions, majorly on the business aspect. Like I can see that our power cost per ton of ferrochrome has gone up, but power cost per unit of power production has gone down. So how have we managed that? Given that coal prices have gone up from Q2 over Q1, how is our per unit cost of power generation has gone down by almost half a rupee?
No, I'm not able to get you. You are comparing from what, Q1 to Q2 or?
Q1 to Q2, sir, cost of power generation, rupees per kilowatt unit. It has gone down, sir. Which I believe, given that our production has gone up for power 274 million units.
Yes, I think, I don't know from where you're getting the number, but I'm seeing the number, the power cost has gone up from 3 rupees 60 paisa to 4 rupees 11 paisa from Q1 to Q2.
I make a correction. He's asking about Q1 to Q2, that is 682 versus 657. So initially this quarter one, we have got the price of the end of the coal is around 10,000, 11,000. Now it has softened in this quarter to 7,500 is auction coal, spot auction. That's why that is a 25, 30 paisa come down.
Right, sir.
Okay, 594 to 569 has come down, yes.
That's only I was saying.
Okay.
And, sir, on the Balasore alloys part, are we planning on evaluation of that asset, or what are our thoughts on that?
No, if it comes in NCLT, definitely we are open to that. We will be very keen in participating in that, but as of now, there is no news about that.
Understood, sir. Understood.
Yeah.
And sir, on the POSCO part, I missed the number. 80 to 90 KT per annum is our annual contract.
Yes.
Sir, but like you said, in Q3 we won't be dispatching anything to POSCO. So roughly, 20-25 KT I'll be losing in Q3 for POSCO contract.
No, for POSCO contract we will be losing, but we are supplying to other customers. So overall, we are not going to lose on tonnage, sales tonnage.
So we are planning that in spot only, in domestic or in export, and in spot or with some other long-term contract customers. How are we planning to sell that?
Because what are we planning for this?
We have some long-term contracts with other countries like China, Taiwan, and Japan. So where we are increasing the quantity there. So particularly in China and Taiwan also, we are increasing the quantity and making up that tonnage. So we are not basically on sales front there is any issue.
But we are not exploring domestic also.
Domestic also we are supplying some quantity. So based on that, as per our regular, wherever there is requirement and with a proper price, we are open to all, and we are doing that.
No, sir, Deepak sir, I'll just, at the risk of repeating myself, are we planning to sell the extra quantity from POSCO's contract in domestic market?
Yes, in domestic market there is not so much of demand that so much of quantity we cannot sell here in domestic market. It has to go to export market only. Okay.
Understood.
So we are exploring with the other long-term customers as well as spot customers in China, and already we have tied up some tunnels, and the rest will got to be tied up. So overall sales tonnage, we are not worried about that, even if POSCO is not taking in this quarter.
Understood, sir. And sir, on the future outlook for Q3 or for the ferrochrome market in general, now we have seen our EBITDA margins have come down significantly. Do you think ferrochrome NSR is going to go down again, or I'm sorry, sir, if you have answered this question already because I joined a bit late.
Yes.
So, do you feel the ferrochrome prices can go down again? Is there some space for them to correct, or now they have bottomed out and they will go up in the coming time?
See, it all depends on the cost curve. If the cost is not coming down, I don't think the ferrochrome price can come down, because in Q2 whatever we have seen, if we are not we are coming to this kind of margin, then almost 70-80% of the world capacity will get closed. Okay, they cannot make money. So that has led to again some spike in the prices, ferrochrome prices. So going forward also Q3 and Q4 we are seeing further increase if the cost is not coming down.
So you are saying, sir, we are better than 80% of the product, at least 80% of the producers in terms of cost.
Obviously, yeah.
Clear, sir. That's all. Those are all the questions I had.
Okay, thank you, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Joe Shah from 7Cs. Please go ahead.
Happy New Year to all of you. Deepak, I have one.
Happy New Year, Joe bhai.
Yeah. So Deepak, I have one question about the Q3 export realization guidance. Now we have seen in local domestic market export price is going up to 105,000 rupees. And last Q2 realization was 103,000. So there is improvement in the price. And plus, as we discussed, the freight as well as coke and the costs are going down. So Q3, do we expect better performance? Deepak?
Better performance on which front? On the production cost front are you talking about, or about the price?
He's talking about price front.
Price. Yeah, price will be according to the market at the point in sale, and which is going up. As you have mentioned, now it is 105.
Right.
Yeah.
So our realization for Q3 should be better than Q2, right? Export realization.
No. Overall realization, because our major is export, and international price in terms of cents per pound is lower than it will be lower than the last quarter.
I see.
So,
I see.
So that's why it can't be higher than that.
Sure. Okay. And what about EBITDA? Because our cost is going down, coke and this freight cost and everything. So EBITDA for Q3 could be better.
No, Joseph, we have already answered this question to previous analyst, that in the Q3 we expect a better yield than Q2 because the costs are coming down and ferrochrome prices have increased a little bit. Although overall average Q3 prices will be lower than Q2, but the cost will also come down.
Okay.
Q3 should be better than Q2. That's what I have already told in the previous query. I have already answered that.
Okay. Now, Deepak, what is your analysis of Chinese demand? Chinese demand of ferrochrome.
Chinese demand is going up at the moment, but there are two zero COVID policy. If resurgence happens, even in pockets, it will affect.
Right.
So that is the only main hurdle. Otherwise, real estate is coming back. So
right.
Things are moving up. So unless, again, COVID resurgence, without that, I don't see any other issues which can affect.
UG2 price for China is shot up to some $245. So that will put pressure on Chinese ferrochrome. So we can expect some better prices, ferrochrome price in China.
Hello?
Absolutely, but that has happened because of the Transnet strike, which is already over.
Okay.
So maybe it will remain at this level, may not go further up.
Okay.
But naturally, costs being high for everybody, prices need to remain or go up slightly from what level where it is at the moment.
Right. Now, Prem, about the UCL, my question is there any total transparency about compensation calculation, or there are some ifs and buts? Because
no, there is no transparency at all about that. Yeah. We don't know how they are going to do it. They have appointed some valuer who is going to do the valuation. We come to know about the numbers once they give their report. But there is no transparency. I don't know what method they are following.
Right.
We'll come to know the valuation only after getting the report.
So this valuer would be appointed by whom? By government, MPA?
NA has already appointed a valuer who is doing the valuation work.
Okay. Because I got some reports from market that new LOT has paid some 176 crore rupees to MCA, and obviously they are not accepting the payment. Our expectation is much higher than the 176 crore rupees.
Yes.
My worry is whether if there is no transparency, then again litigation will come and it will go on and on. It cannot be settled fast.
No, Jitin, 176 crore was the tentative valuation given by NA in the website. So that's what they might have paid. But they have already written there that this is subject to final valuation by the valuer.
Okay.
So anything over and above whatever the valuer is doing, arriving at the number, that will be further paid by the allotee.
Okay.
New allotee.
About the interest payment, there is a clarity. Interest payment on the lease land, there is absolutely clarity, right? That is
I didn't get you. Can you repeat it again?
The interest payment on lease land, which would be a major component of our compensation.
Yes.
There is clarity about, I think, Delhi High Court or something like that. There is clarity about that, right? Interest is payable on the lease land.
Yes. Interest will be payable on the lease land also.
So there is no ambiguity in this.
No ambiguity in that, because 176 crore, whatever you are talking about, in fact, contains the interest on lease land also.
Okay. So our expectation to be about 375 to 400 crore rupees compensation?
Whatever we have invested, we should be getting back that money. We are expecting that the entire back.
So that should be clear by March 23?
Should be.
Okay.
We were told that it will take 3 to 4 months' time.
Right.
So we should be expecting that money by end of this year.
Okay. And also this Kalinga land, that also the borders we should be able to start by December 22. Kalinga land.
Kalinga lease land we have already signed. Now the possession work is going on.
Right.
So by end of December we should be getting the possession, and thereafter we'll start boundary construction.
Right. But by December we should be getting the land possession, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. No more questions.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Dhaval Shah from Anvil Wealth Management. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, yeah, Dhaval.
So, Dhaval, your voice is pretty low. Could you come closer to the mic or go off the speakerphone?
Yeah, sure. Now is it better?
Yes, this is much better.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Just wanted to get a blended coal cost for the quarter and the previous quarter.
Landed coal cost.
Blended coal cost.
Blended coal cost. Vinay, you have that number?
In this quarter Q2, washery reject came at 2,447 and spot has come at 7,800 and linkage 2,900. It is a weighted average, roll and rate.
Okay. And
so what is the blended cost? What is the blended cost he is asking about?
Blended cost will be around 5,200.
And what was that for last quarter?
In Q1?
Yeah, Q1.
Q1 was little bit higher than Q2 because spot auction price was high. It was around 5,500, 5,600 blended cost.
Okay. And what would be the spot as in currently, not for Q3 or but current what the prices are for the same?
Sorry, I couldn't get you actually. Spot e-auction coal price?
All of them. The washer rejects, I think it should be same around 25.
Sorry to interrupt. Dhaval, your voice is breaking up again. If you could go off the speakerphone, it would be better for the call.
Okay. Is it better now?
It's still pretty low for all of us.
Oh. Okay, I'm actually not on the speaker.
Okay, you need to come much more closer to the mic or to the handset.
As possible, I am closer.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I am asking, sir, the current prices currently for washeries and e-auction and the spot prices.
It will be remain more or less at par with the Q2. Spot auction price will little bit come down, but otherwise it will be at par with Q2.
So blended, we should get around 5,000. It is around 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Okay, right, Dhawan.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Saket Kapoor from Kapoor and Companies. Please go ahead.
Sir, with respect to this compensation amount, sir, that the nominated authority must have zeroed in with some numbers at the time of their submission of report. So, have they come up with any numbers, or the entire thing is still not closed?
No. As I said, Saket, they have mentioned number of 176 crore on the website. This is the tentative valuation they have taken. And in that 176 crore, they have excluded a lot of things which we need to take up with them once we get the final report. 176 crore, whatever they have indicated, they have also mentioned that this is the tentative valuation and the final number would be arrived after getting the valuation report from the valuer. Okay. So we are yet to get that number.
Sir, as a previous participant, the coal cost was the blended coal cost was lower by 300-400 rupees Q on Q. So out of the total this raw material cost component, there is an increase of 20 crore from June to September. So which component explains this increase if the coal costs were lower, sir?
I have already explained that one. It was on two count. It was lower. One is that the coke cost, it has gone up from 20,000 to 22,000, and coal cost has gone up from 23,000 to 25,000.
Sir, coal cost, sir, I'm just missing the number. Sir, we mentioned the blended cost at 5,200 vis-a-vis 5,600 from June to September.
Okay.
As to the previous participant, Dhaval sir, you mentioned that for June it was 56, for September it was 52, the blended cost for coal.
Just I am answering this one. We have three power plants, 50 megawatt, 30 and 120. We are using 70-30 washery reject 70 and 30 in 30 megawatt and 120 megawatt. But in 50 megawatt, we are using only MCL coal. That is the reason why the coal cost is going up. When we are running 50 megawatt, at that time we are using only MCL coal. That MCL coal is nothing but spot e-auction and linkage. And spot e-auction price is high, so coal cost is becoming high.
Oh, okay, sir. And on the linkage terms, sir, when is the renewal due, sir? I think so 5-year contract or something.
Now we have linkage quantity of 3,93,000, and it is we done the agreement in November 2021, and it will be valid for 5 years.
Okay, so offtake is 393 annual.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So we will be looking forward for more of linkage as and when the situation arises, or as and when the offer comes.
Yeah. We will be looking for more linkage.
Okay. And any roadmap the government has given for the non-power producer or other than the electricity consumption player, that they will be coming up with more linkage coals? I think so the capacity from Coal India is also being ramped up. So any projection they have given going ahead for that, or no? Would you throw some light on that?
They have not mentioned anything regarding captive power plant coal uses linkage through linkage e-auction, but actually now we are getting only 75% of our allocation from MCL. Now they have reduced our allocation quantity from 100% to 75%. And by road they are giving, but by rail they are not giving because of IPP. They are diverting the rakes to IPP. That is the reason, even if we have more coal through linkage auction, but we are not getting. Hello.
Hello.
Mr. Yash Chandra, can you hear us?
Yes. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
So sorry for that. Sir, just a few more questions on the coal part which we are talking, like right now we are explaining. Are we going back to get 100% or is this change temporary from 100 to 75% for our linkage?
No, this 75% began from January 2022. Now it is also continuing up to 75% of our allocation quantity. But when they will change, that also unpredictable.
Understood, sir. Sir, second question I had on the, are we evaluating on the business development part? Are we evaluating ferromanganese, other ferro alloys, silica, anything, or we are going to expand only in chrome, sir?
No, it all depends on getting the mines. Yes, if we get some more mines, manganese mines, then definitely we can look for converting our ferromanganese plants into ferromanganese. We are looking for some mines, but nothing available in the market at the moment.
But we are open for outside India also in that case, not only in domestic block.
Yes. But it has to be integrated play. If you get mines, then only we'll think about putting up furnaces.
Understood, sir. Sir, very, very clear. And again, on the coal part, sir, coming back to the coal part, you were saying that that 70% quantity we have done. So are we getting any rebate because MCL is not able to give us 100% of the coal?
No rebate. No rebate from MCL side.
If you are getting coal, that is good enough. That is good.
Yeah, that is the main rebate.
Understood, sir. Understood.
Yeah,
very clear.
Right.
And like on POSCO's also, sir, since they have invoked the force majeure, is there any rebate or anything in the coming quarter when they start offtake again? Any reduction in discount or anything?
No.
We negotiate. Negotiate based on the benchmark.
Okay. So no debate on that part.
No.
Understood, sir. Just one last query, sir. I am sorry, I again missed the coal number. There are some connectivity issues I'm facing. The coal cost, which Deepak sir and you were telling in different kinds of coal. If you could repeat that, that will be very helpful.
Binayak, can you repeat that coal cost again?
Which one?
Coal cost per ton, blended coal cost per ton.
Blended you gave 5,200 per ton for Q2 and 5,200 for Q1, but you had given a breakup also, sir. So that part I was asking.
Now we are getting washery at weighted average roll and rake, and that is coming around 2,400, 2,500. And linkage, it is coming around 2,900. Because we are receiving linkage coal by road. That is the reason why we are getting at a higher rate. And spot auction, it is coming around 8,000.
Understood, sir. Understood. All this for Q2.
Yes, for Q2. Yeah.
Yeah, for Q2.
Thank you very much, sir. Those are all the questions I had.
Okay, right. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was the last question, sir.
Okay.
On behalf of Indian Metals and Ferro Alloys Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.